History is filled with larger-than-life figures, but few are as complex and controversial as Alauddin Khalji, the second and most powerful ruler of the Khalji dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate. Was he a ruthless tyrant, a brilliant military strategist, or a visionary administrator? Today, we peeling back the layers of time to understand the man who not only reshaped the Indian subcontinent, but also stood as a bulwark against one of the most formidable forces in history, the Mongols. Picture this. It's the late 13th century. The Mongol Empire, a relentless and seemingly unstoppable force, has swept across Asia and Europe, leaving a trail of conquered cities and shattered empires. They set their sights on the vast riches of India, launching multiple invasions. Many kingdoms crumbled, but one man, one sultan, refused to bow. That man was Alauddin Khalji. To truly appreciate his story, we need to go back to his rise to power, which was anything but conventional. Born as Ali Gurshasp, he was the nephew and son-in-law of Sultan Alauddin Khalji, the founder of the dynasty. Ambitious and skilled in warfare, Alauddin quickly made a name for himself, but his ambition knew no bounds. In a shocking act that would define the start of his reign, Alauddin orchestrated the assassination of his own uncle and father-in-law, Sultan Jalaluddin, in 1296. He marched into Delhi, his hands stained with betrayal, and declared himself the new sultan. This ruthless beginning cast a long shadow over his legacy, painting him as a merciless usurper. But was there more to him than just brutal ambition? Once on the throne, Alauddin faced immediate challenges. The most pressing was the Mongol threat. The Chagatai Khanate, a successor state to the Mongol Empire, launched a series of massive invasions aimed at conquering Delhi. In 1299, a Mongol army of 200,000 soldiers stood at the doorstep of Delhi. The city was in a panic. But Alauddin was not a man to be intimidated. He met the Mongol force head-on at the Battle of Kili. It was a brutal, bloody conflict, but Alauddin's strategic genius and the valor of his army, led by generals like Zafar Khan, secured a decisive victory for the Delhi Sultanate. Zafar Khan, a legendary warrior, fought so fiercely that he became a boogeyman in Mongol folklore. It's said that Mongol commanders would tell their restless horses, "Have you seen Zafar Khan?" This was just the beginning. The Mongols returned again and again, but each time Alauddin and his forces repelled them. He understood that a purely defensive strategy wouldn't be enough. So he went on the offensive. He strengthened the forts along the frontier, established new military garrisons, and created a powerful, permanent standing army. This wasn't cheap, and it leads us to another fascinating aspect of his rule: his revolutionary economic reforms. To maintain his massive army and secure his empire, Alauddin needed a stable and robust economy. What he did was groundbreaking for his time. He implemented a system of price controls for a wide range of essential goods, from grains and cloth to horses and slaves. He set up a sophisticated network of spies and market inspectors, known as the Shuna-i-Mandi, to ensure these prices were strictly enforced. Any merchant caught cheating faced severe punishments. This system, known as the market control policy, stabilized the economy, prevented hoarding, and ensured that even a common soldier could live comfortably on his salary. While some historians argue these measures were oppressive, they were undeniably effective in funding his military machine and preventing famine during times of war and drought. Beyond the battlefield and the marketplace, Alauddin was also a prolific builder. He undertook ambitious architectural projects in and around Delhi. He built the magnificent Alai Darwaza, an exquisite gateway at the Qutb complex, which is considered a masterpiece of Indo-Islamic architecture. He also started the construction of the Alai Minor, intended to be twice the height of the Qutb Minor, though it was never completed after his death. He expanded the city of Delhi, building a new fortified city called Siri, primarily to protect the capital from the recurring Mongol threat. His patronage of art and architecture left an indelible mark on the landscape of Delhi. However, no discussion of Alauddin Khalji is complete without mentioning his controversial campaign in Chittor and the legend of Rani Padmini. The story, popularized by Malik Muhammad Jayasi's epic poem Padmavat, tells of Alauddin's obsession with the beauty of the Queen of Chittor, Rani Padmini. According to the legend, he laid siege to Chittor Fort to capture her. When defeat was imminent, Padmini, along with other Rajput women, is said to have committed jahar, or mass self-immolation, to protect their honor from the invading army. While the historicity of Padmini herself is debated among scholars, the siege of Chittor in 1303 was a real and brutal event. It highlights the ruthless side of Alauddin's military campaigns as he expanded his empire across the subcontinent, conquering kingdoms in Gujarat, Ranthambore, and the Deccan. His southern campaigns, led by his trusted general Malik Kafur, were particularly successful. Malik Kafur, a eunuch slave who rose through the ranks to become the supreme commander of the army, marched deep into South India, reaching as far as Madurai. He brought back immense wealth, including the legendary Koh-i-Noor diamond, further enriching the treasury of the Delhi Sultanate and solidifying Alauddin's control over a vast territory, rivaling the empires of Ashoka and Samudragupta. So, how do we view Alauddin Khalji? Was he a monster or a visionary? The truth, as it often is, lies somewhere in between. He was a product of his violent and tumultuous times. His methods were often brutal, his rise to power was treacherous, and his conquests were bloody. Yet, his achievements were monumental. He successfully defended India from the Mongol invasions, a feat that very few rulers in Asia or Europe could claim. His administrative and economic reforms were far ahead of their time, creating a centralized and powerful state. He was a great patron of architecture and learning, leaving behind a rich cultural legacy. In his later years, Alauddin became increasingly paranoid and dependent on Malik Kafur. His health deteriorated, and he died in 1316, leaving behind a powerful but unstable empire. His successors lacked his vision and strength, and the Khalji dynasty collapsed within a few years of his death. Alauddin Khalji's reign was a whirlwind of conquest, consolidation, and control. He was a ruler of stark contradictions, a patron of arts who was also a ruthless conqueror, an economic reformer who ruled with an iron fist. He remains one of the most compelling and debated figures in Indian history. His story is a powerful reminder that history is rarely black and white. It's a complex tapestry woven with threads of ambition, brilliance, cruelty, and survival. He was the Sultan who, for a crucial period in history, stood as the unbreakable wall that saved a subcontinent. What do you think? Was Alauddin Khalji a hero or a villain? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical deep dives. See you next time.